Hi folks, so video from the back cave and things are in a bit of an uproar at the moment because I had a minor flood again, so things have been shuffled about a little, which kind of brings me to a related point. Prepping, checking my preps, testing my preps and coping when things go wrong. So just the other day in Scotland, in the north of England, we had some particularly sporty winds. I think it was at 20,000 people in Scotland and Northern Ireland were left without power, including some of our friends on the UK Prepper Network, one of who had just purchased a EcoFlow Delta 2 Max power bank, which should have left them best placed in a power outage situation to be able to use it and have a more comfortable experience in a grid down situation caused by the wind. That wasn't quite what happened. For one reason or another, it wouldn't switch on the AC. So fortunately, on the Discord channel, we managed to talk it through, get it up and running, and he got his power bank up and running. That was fine. But and I've spoke to the chap about this, and I've got his permission to make the video. It's not a dig. It's not a dig. It's a learning point. If you buy something like that, check it. Check it the day it comes in. Take it out of the box. Try everything. Every function. Make sure it works. Don't buy it and assume because it's new that it will work, because it might not. Or you might not be familiar as to how it should work, and you might not be able to get help all the time. So if you buy a power bank, make sure you know how to use it. Make sure you know how it works. Make sure that you know that it does work. Make sure that you do the manufacturer's maintenance in terms of cycles, discharge, and all the rest of it. We don't and shouldn't buy preps, not check that they work, and put them in a cupboard and forget about them and hope that they will work on the day something goes wrong. And probably some of you that watch these videos will be in the Discord channel. And there's always an element of good-natured ribbing involved on the chats, and something goes wrong, something goes wrong to all of us. No matter how well you think you prep, no matter how well you have prepped, something will break, something will tear, something will catch fire, you name it, it's happened. In fairness, most of it's happened to Mike, but it happens to all of us. Just seems a lot to happen to him. He's got a lot of bad luck. Great guy though. And aye, you've got to be on top of your maintenance. You've got to check. So if you buy a tent, you put it up in the garden. You make sure all the poles are there. You make sure it's waterproof, or it's not much good to you if it rains. You make sure you've got spare poles or an ability to fix the poles if one of them snaps. And these are just things that happened at the prepper meet, right? A group of like-minded individuals who prep for things going wrong, and things went wrong. We had tents flooding, we had tent poles snapping, and everything in between. Floating power banks, you name it, it happened. These aren't necessarily bad things, these are learning points and talking points, and they're also quite funny to a bit of leg pulling further along the lines, because you'll never forget it, or you'll never be allowed to forget when something goes wrong. And yeah, people will remind you more often than not. So if you've got a generator, when was the last time you serviced it or had it serviced? Do you regularly run it? And I'm talking monthly. How often do you recycle the fuel? You've got boxes of matches. How often have you took the matches out? Made sure that they've not went damp. Even strike one or two at a box every 4 months or so. Have you done it? Because they might not work. They might have been damp. We've got to check these things. You've got boxes of aspirin, you've got boxes of paracetamol. Okay, are they still in date? Are they still good? Prepping doesn't stop once you've bought it. We just shift to a maintenance cycle as well. So we've got to maintain more preps. You've got to buy them. You've got to check they work. You've got to maintain to make sure that they'll continue to work. That might be grabbing couple of tins off the shelf. Checking the cans for oxidation, rust on the outside. Agitate the tins, give them a little shake, make sure they've not settled. Clean them, check the dates, stick them back on. Or you could have a whiteboard like that behind me. Write down how often you've done it. If you've got water storage, when was the last time you cycled the water? When was the last time you cleaned the barrels? You want to have a date for these things. You want to know when you've done it last. With the best will in the world, we're all fallible. We can forget to do things. If you write it down, make a note on it somewhere, stick it on a whiteboard, for instance, you're less likely to forget. But we've got to check, we've got to buy the preps, we've got to check the preps, we've got to maintain the preps. And this continues. And we'll also learn lessons from when things go wrong. When it goes wrong in a non-life-threatening situation, and you can salvage a situation, it's nothing but a good-natured leg pulling exercise further down the line with your friends, and it's a learning opportunity. And that's all this is. It's a talking point, a learning opportunity that things go wrong. It's fine to go wrong now when you're not at risk, but not further down the line. So I just wanted to talk about that and just make a little video regarding that. If you've had anything went wrong, let us know what broke, what didn't work, what you've done to fix it now, because we learn from the comments, from one another's mistakes, things that we've done to better our own preps, our own preparedness situation. So if you've had a tent that's flooded, a tent that's ripped and blown away, if you've had power banks that you forgot to charge, a sleeping bag that you've not brought with you when you've went camping, a stove that's caught fire, then your name's probably Mike, right? But these things happen to everybody, not always just to one person. So stick it in the comments. If you really don't mind, I'd appreciate it to help the channel. If you like, subscribe, share it, I'd really appreciate it. And most importantly, stick down some comments and we'll all learn from them. See you soon, guys.
Come rain or shine, from the sea